Hey, welcome back to the Spinner Swallow Beer Review. We're here with JammerFan, the one and the only.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Thanks for sending me some Facebook messages and stuff. I'm back.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to see if I can turn your mic up a little bit, JammerFan. Yeah, I'm going to get your mic up a little bit more.
Okay, yeah. I'm on my Bluetooth, so it may not be. I need to get a new headphone or a new Bluetooth thing. This is the one from Amazon. This is the Amazon one. But is it not coming through? I can try to.
Yep, it's coming through. It's just a little bit low. I got you higher now, though.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. I'm doing a Carolina Pale Ale. I'm assuming this is right. 78 by Beer Advocate, 5.6% ABV. It says 5.1% on the can now. And it's an American Pale Ale. And I looked it up. I thought it might have been an Eastern Carolina University, but it's not. I don't know what the hell the bird is, but these guys are out of, I don't know where the hell they're out of. Probably Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina. You're still in South, right? You're still in South Carolina?
Yeah, I went on a trip back in March, so I went to a Total Wine and More and bought a bunch of beers up there.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, what you got there, JammerFan?
So I got Pabst's new release, Grillo's Pickle. They're just Pabst Blue Ribbon, Grillo's Pickle version. And it's Pabst Blue Ribbon mixed with pickle brine. I didn't look it up, though. I don't know if it's considered a fruit and vegetable beer or if it's considered just an American lager or an adjunct, maybe an American adjunct lager. But
I will check for you.
Yeah, I'll try to get into the crack.
They just consider on Beer Advocate a light lager, so it's just a pickle lager basically.
Does it even have a score yet? Because it's like really new. It might
no score, only 5 ratings on Beer Advocate.
Yeah, I mean this is new, dude. This is like my liquor store just got it like 5 days ago.
Yeah, Untapped might have a score. Let me check there, because more people are using Untapped, so.
Yeah, Untapped might have like an there's not like a lot of there's not a lot of, you can leave comments, but it's usually just scores. You can't really see a lot of reviews of it. But
Untapped, they 2,747 ratings so far, 3.14 out of 5.
I mean, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's not a limited edition crazy like IPA or something that's going to have a lot of hype in the beer community, I think from what I read, there was something called Spear in a Beer. Like, I guess on the East Coast you can go into like some bars and they'll put a pickle spear in your Pabst.
They could. I don't know. Sounds kind of gay to me.
Yeah, and now that you say that, it does sound a little gay, but I'm just going off what the packaging said, like a spear of beer, blah, blah, blah. I thought it sounded like, because I swear I've heard of people dropping pickles in their beers before they do that. That's
it
how
could be
pickle beer thing.
And you know how those Pabst Blue Ribbon had that, what was it, back about 10, 15 years ago, the phase where the hipsters were drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, so it might have been something they were doing,
Yeah, so this one, just to show you it really quick, sorry, I just don't want to throw off the pace of it. You can tell it's got a pretty big head. It looks a little darker than regular Pabst, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's pretty dark too. Pretty dark, actually. Pale ale. I'm not sure what's in it, what kind of hops or anything, but the head is kind of less than just a film now. I didn't give it a heavy pour though, because my last beer I didn't even give it a heavy pour. I had a big head Todd and the Monsters. But on this one, JammerFan, I'm not smelling a whole lot. A little bit of a little bit of hoppiness, more of a kind of a citrusy, fruity smell in there. Not getting really any pine or grapefruit or anything. More of a citrus, maybe a little bit of sweetness in there. I don't know. We'll see when I taste it.
Cool.
You think this big nose would work better, but it doesn't.
Yeah. You should be getting for a pale ale. You should smell hops, but maybe it's just kind of muted.
It's one of those pale ales that is a little bit malty, got a malty backbone to it.
Yeah. That's more of an English style pale. Like American pale ales are almost like IPA.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. It's a more malty, a little bit of citrus hop in there, maybe a very slight piney. But I don't mind those type of pale ales or IPAs that have that nice malt backbone that makes it easier for me. The bearer of the hops, the bearer of bad hops, instead of bad.
Bearer of bad hops, yeah. That's cool.
Easy to drink though. For someone that doesn't like IPAs or pale ales, this might be an easy one to drink for those type of people.
Easy one. Yeah, mine just smells like pickles, man. I mean, obviously, but it's really like savory. There's like a really savory note. It's I mean, it's not sour. It's more like a savory pickle than like super sour. Like that, the smell is not overly sour. And I know they worked for a while to dial this beer in so that it was refreshing yet pickly. So let's go in. Interesting. It almost has a. Have you ever had some watermelon beers before?
Yeah.
Because I think cucumber itself, before you pickle it, does have kind of a almost watermelony, not quite, but it has a similar kind of flavor. It's really watery like a watermelon.
Yeah, almost without the sweetness, like some type of watermelon. If you took all the sweetness out of it, yeah.
Yeah, no. So it's kind of like that note up front, like kind of a cucumber note, like a raw cucumber, and then then you get like a really nice malt flavor. It's actually a little less cloying than regular Pabst, and then you get the saltiness on the back end. You can kind of feel it in the back of your tongue and your throat. I looked up the salt, and man, this probably has an estimated 250 to 300 milligrams of sodium per beer. So it's not something you can really drink a lot of because it's like kind of like just drinking pickle, you're getting pickle brine. Yeah. But I think it would taste fantastic if you had some spicy V8 and you poured a little bit of spicy V8 in this and kind of made like a Bloody Mary basically or something.
Yeah, like a chilada basically with a pickle beer. That'd be pretty good.
Like a pickle juice chilada. I think it would work good for that. But it's refreshing. It's not a particularly hot day here. Is it a hot day in South Carolina?
Yeah, I think it was up to 90s today or something. Or it's supposed to get up to 90s.
High is 42 here today, so chillier, man. We're about 50 degrees. So I think if you just mowed the lawn and you came in, I think this would be refreshing. And I think it would go good with like a pastrami sandwich. Like if you had a deli, like rye sandwich, and then you had this pickle beer to go with it. But I think they did a good enough job on making it interesting on its own. I didn't watch your pickle beer video yet, but was your pickle beer drinkable or was it like too pickly?
It was a weird one because it was a sour and it was only a very faint sour on the front to middle of the palate. And then at the end of the palate, once you swallowed it, I got like a big pickle juice burst of flavor, on the finish. So it was kind of weird, but I liked it. It was easy to drink. It wasn't really, because I don't like a lot of sour beers, and it wasn't really sour. It was a very faint sour on the front palate, middle palate, and then even when you got to the back of the palate, really nothing. And then once you swallowed it and it gone, it was like all of a sudden there was an explosion of pickle juice on the back of my palate. I called it pickle juice magic. Yeah.
So we're going to do some Mr. Wizard shit today. I have a regular PBR, and I'm going to do a 50-50. I'm going to do like a black and tan. I'm going to do like half PBR, half PBR pickle. And we'll see if that, let's check it out right now. Let's see if it let's see if it makes this thing any more every day. In its original form, I don't think it's an everyday driver. I think it would be too much to just come home and I'm going to have a pickle beer. But on my last sip of the pure version that was just the pickle beer, dude, it would go so good with some hot dogs, but some really high quality all beef hot dogs on the grill with the fucking grill marks. But what you do is you skip the relish and pickle on the dog. You let the beer add that in. So you take a bite of the dog and then you drink pickle juice. Dude, for 4th of July, I think that would hit fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
That hit hard. But you can only drink one unless you want to have a zillion grand. It's 3 of these would be like having a ramen noodle dinner or something.
Yeah, I wonder if you can check the sodium content. And have you seen a difference? I don't know if you've been drinking. Does the Anheuser-Busch make Pabst now or something, or don't they brew it now? Or
I don't know. I've been drinking Pabst for the past couple of months on and off.
yeah, I know City Brewing took it over at one time, but I thought that wasn't working well, and I heard that Anheuser-Busch is doing the brewing now.
So isn't that InBev? Isn't InBev Anheuser-Busch? It's called AB InBev. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could look it up. But
yeah.
So I used AI yesterday to look up the sodium on this beer, and it said it estimated 300 milligrams, but then there was no official number published by Pabst.
Okay.
But pickled brine is very salty. These beers are known to be kind of salty. I take high blood pressure meds, unfortunately, so I have to kind of watch myself. I couldn't drink a 6-pack of this; it would just probably fucking murder me, dude. But I'm telling you, man, like at a 4th of July barbecue, somebody hands you a cold one of these, and you take a bite of that hot dog. Then you take a bite of like some potato salad. You just get like all the flavors in your mouth. Then you drink that with pickle juice, dude. It'd be bomb. I'm looking forward to the 4th of July this year. I'm feeling more patriotic this year than I was last year. So
yeah, I've had a couple of pickle beers in the last year or two. So and a couple of them, there was only one of them I didn't like too well, but the rest of them been all right. And one of the better ones is it's a real pickle brand. I think it's called Best Made.
Yeah, the Best Made. When I looked up, tried to find that sodium on this, it said the only pickle beer it could find that had a published sodium was Best Made, and Best Made comes in at 419, dude.
Wow.
So that motherfucker is like, it's just like you had a plate of nachos or some shit. Like,
yeah, that was almost like real pickle juice. That one right there. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's probably half pickle juice and half beer.
But here's my 50-50 blend, bro. It's a little bit lighter on the color and
lighter on the sodium.
Yeah, honestly, it's weird, but it has a bacony smell like right now, and I'm liking it. It's like a weird pickly. Like I think it's because like the Pabst adds more of like bread and savory notes, so it is kind of smoky. I mean, maybe it's not bacon. It just there's almost like a smokiness to it now coming through. That could be the yeast. It could be lots of stuff contributing. Like Pilsner sometimes will have like a lit match, what they call a lit match smell, sulfury.
Yeah.
Kind of thing to it. So yeah, it smells actually better. It smells very inviting. Oh yeah. Like, you know how you have like pickles on a hamburger? And you know how the flavor of so the pickles are usually on the bread, right? Or they're at the top of the burger. And when you bite into a hamburger and you get that, as your teeth are going through it and you're getting all the layers, when you get that bread in the pickle, like that sesame seed bread in the pickle, like right before it hits the meat, that's what this tastes like. Is this more bread because of the Pabst? So it's got kind of like almost a burger flavor, but just minus the meat and cheese.
Man, that makes me want to. I'm gonna make some burgers tonight when I wake up for breakfast, lunch.
I feel like you're like JammerFan. You're making me fucking hungry for burgers. But so I don't know. I think you could almost eat like if you just had a burger patty with cheese on it and you took a bite of that and then drank this beer, it would almost build an entire burger in your mouth.
Yeah, those pickle beers are nice. I only had one. I can't remember which one it was. I'm like, wow, this one was horrible. But the last one I had there, the sour, that was the first sour one. The rest of them all have been, I think, lagers. And I was worried about that one.
I've had quite a few of them, but yeah, they all seem to be either sours or lagers. I've never seen any different. Like I've never seen like a pickle stout, which would be.
Yeah, maybe you probably could make a pickle IPA, but I don't know how that would be with all the different hops, citrus, piney, grapefruit. I don't know how that would come through. Yeah.
So there are some hop varieties that taste like dill. They don't taste like pickle, but they have a dill flavor.
Yeah.
And I think they're usually more European varieties. Like if you really wanted to do it, you could maybe make like an IPA with like dill flavored hops and then add pickle juice in it. But I don't fucking know, man. That might be too much pickle flavor. I have no idea.
Yeah. Maybe get some pickled and some mustard seeds in there. It'd be like a pickled mustard and some pretzel. Making a new German beer, a new thing for Oktoberfest. Pickle mustard pretzel. Yeah.
So have you ever seen Shock Top's pretzel beer? So the Shock Top brand, they have a chocolate covered pretzel beer.
No, I never seen that one.
It does taste like chocolate flavored pretzels, but I will say I think they're cheating with artificial flavors because it says with natural and artificial flavors on it. So, but it did even with the salt, it tastes exactly like it. But you could make a dill flavored hop pickle juice IPA with salty pretzels and mustard seeds.
Oh, excuse me.
You can put all that in there, and it would just be Oktoberfest in one thing. You wouldn't even minus the Wiener Schnitzel or just minus like a sausage. If you made it a sausage fest, just invite all your guy friends over to drink that beer, and then everybody brings sausage.
Right.
It's a true sausage fest at that point.
Hey, on your screen, well, you're on the phone, right? So you probably don't see it. Do you see the scenes, my scenes thing, or is it just a screen of us? Is it just us?
Yeah, it's just us, and
Okay.
you have your background is your beer, so you have the background behind you is the same as the beer.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I was just wondering because there's this new thing where you can add scenes, and I accidentally opened it to the left. I can't close the shit on the screen. It's like,
it didn't show. It's not showing up here for me on the.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's
probably because you don't have access to doing all the extra features. Okay.
But man, I actually I'm gonna do one more test. I'm gonna do 90% PBR, but with just a little hit of the pickle on top.
Okay.
So I've done 100%, 50-50, and the pickle on top. So,
Yeah,
hey, while you're doing this,
while you're doing that, I want to give my score on this one since I'm almost done. Yeah, I give this. This isn't really that good. I mean, it's not bad per se, but it's not a whole lot of flavor. I was expecting a little bit more. Kind of easy to drink. Slight hoppiness, slight maltiness. Yeah, I'll give it a straight up B and a swallow. There you go. No wonder the birds get electrocuted.
Yeah. So B and a swallow. How old was it? How old was the beer?
I don't see a date on this one. I don't see a date on that one, surprisingly.
Because I'll be honest with you, Shagdog. Whenever I see a beer that doesn't have a date and it tastes kind of malty, is it possible that maybe it's just like 6 months old or something and it just lost some of the hops and it's just maybe not as...
It could be, but I don't see a date. There's 2 blue dots on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. No date anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, the last one I got from Carolina also, there's a date on that one, but this one, no.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe that's the way they intended it, or maybe if you had it super fresh, it would have been like a B+ in a swallow, you know?
Who knows?
If it had a little more hop flavor, but I know you don't like too much hop, so maybe it's like...
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. I'm glad it seemed like you at least enjoyed it. For my beer, let's see. I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at the various ways people score stuff, drinkability, yeah, it tastes good. It goes down easy, but how much of a pickle beer are you going to drink, you know? Right. I don't think you're going to grab more than one can. I bought a 6-pack, and it's like a beer that every 3 or 4 days I might have one. So it's going to at least last a while, but you know, the 6-pack was $8.99, by the way, which I thought was pretty reasonable price for this market right now. I mean, for like a seasonal, like special edition beer, it wasn't like, you know, like $11.99 or some shit.
Right.
But like, yeah, I think it's a little bit. I mean, yeah, it tastes kind of like just pickles, and that's it. Like, you know, I mean, it's nice that it does have that kind of smoky savoriness instead of sour. It's not mouth puckering. You're not like, oh, that's sour. It's got a savoriness to it. But I would put it like, I'm gonna say a B- in a swallow. I mean, because it's a novelty beer. So is this something that's gonna like, oh my gosh, this is like an amazingly made craft beer? I would give Pabst original to C+. So I would say this is an upgrade over standard Pabst, but only just a little bit. And if it didn't have all the salt and it was more like a tiny bit more balanced, maybe it would be like a B+, you know? But it is very fresh. I didn't see a date on mine either, but they had just got it in, and it's only got like 5 reviews on Beer. So it's a brand new fresh beer. So it did taste very fresh, and it was really refreshing actually. So I'm surprised they got it to be so refreshing. And it almost counts as like a Gatorade. So Gatorades have 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium in them, along with some potassium too. And so if you're outside sweating, doing yard work, and you come in and drink one of these, it almost doubles as like a Gatorade or something.
Right. You get your electrolytes, right?
Yeah, get your salt as an electrolyte, and you lose it if you're just sweating your ass out in 90-degree weather or something, right? So yeah, I could see it as like, you know, a good after lawn mowing beer, or if a good shower beer, like if you get home from work and it's, I mean, everybody's had a shower beer, right? I mean, I've had a shower beer, you know.
Yeah.
Shitty day at work, you drink a beer in the shower.
Jammer loves shower beers. I haven't done a shower beer in like years, but.
Well, I'm going to have to tell him this is a good shower beer. And, dude, I would have 4th of July this year, I'm going to eat a fucking hot dog and drink this beer while I'm eating a fucking hot dog. I got baked beans and fucking potato salad, like really mayo-y potato salad. Eating that, then you hit this fucking beer, you take a sip.
Right.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
I think I got
to. So,
what day is that? 4th of July or Memorial Day? 4th of July.
I think I'm more of like on Memorial Day, I'm more of like a rib and brisket guy. On 4th of July, I'm more of a hot dog and hamburger guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I won't be off Memorial Day because it's always on a Monday. But 4th of July, let's see if I'm going to be off. I got to check the calendar.
Yeah, you guys do your day of beer dependence.
I'll be working on the exact 4th of July, but we probably could do our day of beer dependence on June 30th or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it like whatever day you guys do it. I'll join up.
Okay. I know Jammer will probably be off. He works for a place. Yeah, he gets holidays and weekends off and stuff like that.
Yeah. Maybe he'll do one on 4th of July. I can join him for that actual day. But I'll hit you guys up. There's a local brewery here called Weldworks, and I think they actually are almost nationwide now in small distribution. But they have those rocket pops that have the red, white, and blue, like you get them from the ice cream truck?
Yeah.
They have a rocket pop sour that's actually, they brew it with those popsicles. So it definitely has that 4th of July flavor. So I'm going to get some fucking 4th of July beers this year, dude. And it's a 250th anniversary of America, man. So you got to like.
That's true. Yeah, it's a shame that how old are you? 40 now or?
I'm 44.
44. Yeah. So 50 years, you'll be 94 for the actual 300th.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it that long.
Yeah. So I mean,
it'd be nice to think that.
I was here for the 200th, but I was like not even 5 years old. You know, it was like like 4 years old. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would have turned 5 at the end of the year. I was 4 years old. So I don't remember that one, and I'm definitely not making the next one. I was like, damn, the actual bicentennials, tricentennial. But you're right. It's the 250 coming up. So
let's, before we close this one out, I want to see, because I think this is interesting about beer. What do you consider a 4th of July beer? Like, what would you, like, I was thinking this pickle beer, that popsicle beer, and I'm also thinking, I don't know, you tell me, man, what's a good 4th of July style or specific beer?
Well, for craft, the one that that our first day of beer dependence, when we got that we had Pinstripe Ale, or Pennant Ale from Brooklyn Brewing Company. And it was like a blue, white. I think it might have had a little red in it. And we got the Liberty Ale from Anchor Brewing. Oh. And I was like, wow, these are really good. We had a couple other shitty beers that were American themed or veteran themed, but those two were pretty good. I was like, wow. But Liberty Ale I did have again years later, but you can't get that now, right? Anchor Brewing is done, right?
Yeah. They're closed. Yeah. It's funny that so Weldworks, again, they're a brewery out here that's very popular because Anchor is out of business, and they made are you familiar with the steam beer they made? There's something called California Common with the style.
Yeah. So
steam beer is copyrighted. You're not allowed to use that, only they can use it. But California Common is the style of beer. And Weldworks did a beer that says smells like steam spirit, and it has Nirvana on the front of it. So instead of Teen Spirit, it's Steam Spirit, and then it says California Common Ale. And I tried it, and it tasted like the Anchor beer, or the Anchor beer. I guess there's two types of 4th of July beers. One would be beers that have a name or label that's really patriotic, and the other ones would taste like 4th of July. I guess mine, I'm like Pickles 4th of July. Rocket Pops was
Okay.
4th of July. So what flavors do you think? Like a berry flavored beer, like a IPA? Like what do you think flavor wise?
You know what? I'm a true blooded red American, red blooded. Yeah. Since
Red American.
since the 70s, probably when I was 7 years old, my first beer, I drink some American adjunct lager for 4th of July. So, yeah.
No,
I remember the old
a classic choice. Like a regular lager is classic.
There was an old shitty beer back in those days. My stepfather used to drink it. It was called Red, White, and Blue. Probably had a couple sips off that. Might have had a whole can. Who knows? And it was called Red, White, and Blue, and it was popular for about a year or two. I guess it tastes like shit, though. But I guess just a name for some reason. It was popular for a little while, and then it tanked, and they went out of business or whatever. I'll stop making it. But yeah, Red, White, and Blue. Matter of fact, let me show you a picture. You ever hear of it?
No.
Red, White, and Blue beer.
If I can still find some, I'm gonna buy some of the Hulk Hogan beer for Hulk Hogan's like American beer or whatever he had for 4th of July.
I hate it when you go to. There it is. There's an old actual can with a pull tab. Red, white, and blue.
That looks 4th of July as well for sure. And it's a lager, yeah. I mean, I guess anything that's light and refreshing that you can drink outside. What do you think about a red ale? Because you get that nice red color. What do you think about like a nice red ale or red lager 4th of July?
Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
Or is that too much like fall? Because maybe
that's communist. That red fucking sickle and hammer.
All right. I'm not taking the bait, Shagdog, this time. I'm not. You baited me in with Joe Biden's ear.
Yeah, that's the Workers' Party or the People's Liberation. You know.
Jesus Christ. All right, man. I'm not engaging. Not engaging. Yeah. So I unfortunately I only have PBR here, but I can do another video. I'll just have to have a regular PBR. But I had a bunch of really cool beers the other day that were. I don't know if you've ever heard of the brewery Tripping Animals.
Yeah. I don't like a lot of their beers. We got a lot of them here actually. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tripping Animals.
So they had something called like The Story of 2 Years, which was their limited edition 2-year anniversary.
Isn't Tripping Animals out of Florida? Tripping Animals Brewery. They are out of Florida. Yeah, Doral, Florida. Yeah. And you get those way out in Colorado, huh?
Can you try to look up their 2nd anniversary beer? It's a sour beer with berries, and it's called like the 2 Stories or the 2nd Story or something like that.
2nd anniversary beer. "2 years of tripping." Is that it?
Yeah, it's got this crazy like ape riding a dragon on the fucking can, and it's all nuts, dude.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, it was good, dude. It had like 5 different types of berries or fruit or something in it. It tasted just like a fruit smoothie, basically, but it was 8% fruit.
I've seen that one a couple years ago. I haven't seen it ever since, but I didn't buy it back then when I saw it, and I haven't seen it since. So, yeah. But at one liquor store I go to, they do have occasionally like 2 or 3 Tripping Animals there.
I got that, and then do you like Swedish fish? The candy Swedish fish? They're little red fishes, and they taste. They're like candies. They're just little red. They've been around forever.
They're kind of like gummies.
Swedish. They're gummy bears, but they're just in the shape of a fish. But they have a cherry.
Yeah, I think I haven't had them in a long time, and I'm sure they're all right. Yeah, any type of gummy.
I got a Swedish fish beer. It was actually a sour made with Swedish fish candy.
Wow, I like to get a damn. What's the fish chip? The fish crackers, the orange crackers. They said the color.
You want a goldfish cracker beer?
Goldfish cracker beer. That'd be pretty good, huh? Be like, wow, that's kind of cheesy.
So Julia came back from Walmart and she was like, "Look at this shit!" And she pulled out some goldfish crackers. But guess what flavor they were? I'll just tell you. Old Bay Spice. So they were Old Bay Spice.
Old Bay Spice.
And dude, they tasted so good. And then we ended up making a clam chowder and then putting the Old Bay crackers on top with some fresh cut chives, dude.
That sounds good. So was it regular clam chowder? Or?
So Julia doesn't really like to eat. She'll eat fish sometimes, but no, we just did a corn chowder. You can find easy
Oh,
corn
fish.
chowders.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that'd be good with the
Corn
clam
chowder.
chowder too, right?
I think it would be better with the clam chowder, but if I was going to do
Yeah.
clam chowder, I think I don't want to go with the canned clams. I think I would actually try to get some fresh clams and then
Fresh clam, yeah.
do like, and then I have an Instapot, so you can do something called like a seafood boil. You put the clams in, you put water and spices, and then you pressure cook it for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it creates like I don't know, kind of like a broth. And then you use that broth to make your soup, and then it has the clam flavor.
I'm more of a Manhattan clam chowder fan. I mean, I do like New England clam chowder, but I love Manhattan clam chowder, but it's hard to find. Once in a blue moon, I find it. It's more of a red. I don't know if it's tomato based or what. It's a red.
Oh yeah, the normal clam chowders. It's like you make a broth and then you pour cream in, and it's like a creamy soup. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the New England clam chowder. Manhattan is a red. We might have some vegetables and shit in it with it too. Yeah.
I prefer that, dude. I don't like overly creamy stuff sometimes. Like I think the red, that sounds good. Like a red clam chowder sounds good.
Yeah, last time I bought clam chowder, I always get like chunky soup or some shit. But I bought some canned clams or something like that and opened those up, threw those into some other different seafoods that are in the cans, no sardines, but like clams or scallops in a can or something. So fuck, throw all that into.
Yeah,
it's a super clam chowder.
Yeah. So the best seafood I ever had, I went to when I was married on my honeymoon. I went to Vegas, and it was funny. We had a coupon to this place. It was a fancy place. Dude, we had a $70 off coupon. So we're like, what the fuck? Let's use it.
Wait, you and Julie are married now?
No, this is back. I was married to another woman. I won't name her.
Okay.
I have. This is a long time ago. I got married in 2012.
Okay.
And actually I think it was 2010. I can't remember when I was fucking married. It's been so long. I'm divorced now. And I try to put it out of my mind because of the fucking PTSD of being divorced.
PTSD. PTSD of being married.
This place was really expensive. It was probably $300 a meal, like for two people, but they give you $70 off, right? But their scallops are flown in daily from like California. So they have these divers, these scallop divers, and they go down and they harvest them and bring them up and they fly them in. Best seafood I've ever had, hands down. And they don't even really season them or do anything. They just grill them on each side and serve them to you, and it's just like magical. It's really good. They also had a loaded potato soup that was the best loaded potato soup I've ever had. And I don't even like sour cream that much, but it had some in there, but I didn't care. It was really good as a loaded potato soup. So
man, imagine if you threw some of the scallops into the loaded potato soup too. That would have been good too.
Yeah. That would have been pretty good, but I wouldn't want to ruin the scallops by like
just a tablespoon or two.
But it only came with like 4, dude. Like, this is a fancy restaurant where you get like fancy restaurants. You don't go to fill up. Sometimes you need to go eat after you're done because they give you such small fucking portions. But
first time I had scallops was 19 because when I was a kid, my parents didn't take us no fancy fucking restaurants or anything. Yeah, I was in the army, my first duty station army, and there was this dude there, and he's, hey, I'm going to this place. You want to go? I just got to the unit. I'm like, sure, why not? We get there. He's like, I'm underage. I can't drink. I'm like, you want a beer? I'm like, nah, I don't even want to try that because I've done that before and got caught. But I was like, no, I'll have a Coke. And he said, you want some scallops? I'm like, I never had scallops. But he got this place in New Jersey, and it had fresh scallops, and they broiled them. It was like they put it in a tin foil, the tin foil things like you do with the turkey, but it's a small one,
Yeah.
I forget it was supposed to be I forget how much fucking scallops it was, but it was pretty big. He's like, you want some of this? All they added was butter in it. I'm not sure if they added any seasoning, but they were damn good. I was like, holy shit, I've been missing out on scallops my whole 19 years of my existence so far.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they have to be pretty good. They got to be fresh though. It's like a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
I think you can get frozen scallops, but then they lose some of the flavor. But dude, broiling, that sounds like the way to go, man. That sounds awesome.
I did buy some frozen ones about because I never cooked scallops myself, so I bought some frozen ones about a year ago, and I steamed them. Is how I cooked them. I steamed them, and they came out pretty good. So I added butter with it and onions and stuff like that. Yeah, so That was pretty good. Fucking scallops, man.
Fucking scallops. Hey, that's a good to end on, man. I think. Do you have any beer left you can grab or no?
Yeah, I got one more to review. Yeah, I actually have two more to review actually, but I only plan on doing 3 today. So.
All right, just do one more. Let's do one more. Let's just cut this one.
Shit, I'll do.
5 minutes.
I can do 2 more.
Shit, we'll see if I can do 2 more.
We'll see.
I'm cutting back lately.
Oh, my sleep schedule's off because I got Tuesday, Wednesdays off, but I took Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, and then my regular day is Tuesday, Wednesday. So last night I woke up too early. My sleep schedule has been screwed up ever since I've been off. So I went back took a nap last night around 3, woke up at like 6 or 7 this morning, and ready to go back to bed again. After about 1 or 2 more beers. Yeah, I'm ready for another one, JammerFan. We'll do one more.
All right, cool.
All right, we'll see you on the next one. Spit or Swallow Beer Review. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and don't forget to check out JammerFan's YouTube channel.
I don't have a YouTube channel. It just says Super Duper Trump. And there's no videos, and it doesn't show any of the things I like.
You're missing.
It's like
you're missing out.
Like a ghost account.
You could have been, you could have been on that Gay Tony guy's Kill Tony show already. Someone could have. You got your own channel. Someone could have. Hey, wow, this guy's funny. Let's get him on Kill Tony here or something like that.
Yeah. I think I might be too liberal with that. I don't want to end up in the camp, Shagdog. I don't want to have too much exposure because I don't want to go to the camp.
You can go on Kill Tony. You go to Austin, but I mean, you put your name in a hat. They pull out hundreds of people. Yeah. This old lady I saw on her, it was like her 180th time being there that she put her name in the hat and she got finally called out. I'm like, Jesus. I mean, so you try that's be a nice, easy break. You got 1 minute to prove yourself as a comedian. If you do really good, I see a couple of people on there. I was like, wow, this might be their break, So all you got to do is practice your comedic skills for about a year, then go to Kill Tony. And then, you ever see Kill Tony videos?
I haven't, but I've been probably practicing for 3 years I want to do stand-up comedy, and I've written a lot of routines. I want to do some amateur stand-up comedy here in town. Yeah.
I think really talking about yourself, not really demeaning yourself, but, put your good story. Put yourself, bad things that happen to you is a good thing. There's some people go on there, they're like trying to tell straight up jokes. And sometimes if you're just talking about yourself, it's funny enough. Some bad shit that happened to you but it came out funny,
Yeah. Right on. Well, all right. Let's not ramble too much, man. Focus on
all right, let's do it. All right.
We'll do our intermission, and I'll see you on the next one, buddy.
Hey, what's the beer you got so I can go ahead and start it?
Just vanilla Pabst, regular, well, not vanilla flavored, but just regular Pabst brewing, like
regular Pabst beer. Yeah, Pabst.
Just PBR,
PBR. Okay.
Not any other variants because they have like the Pabst Heavy, they have the Pabst Light.
Yeah,
just regular.
Just regular
all American blue ribbon, man.
Got it. I'll set it up. All right. I'll try to be quicker. What took me long was that background right there. That's what fucking took me long.
Yeah. No, I'm all good, man. I just gonna do my standard hit the head and get me after that fucking pickle beer. I need a little water.
And if you see, I added that. I added the pickle shit for the thumbnail too, so it's split screen there. I don't know. I can't edit it right now, but
cool. Right on.
Yeah, fuck. A little bit over there. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Shagdog, JammerFan. See ya. Bye.